Fuck you.
Pray for me.
You can do it.
Hang back.
I got it. Everything's spinning. Now this one's for you. Can you take
All the time.
to be?
Pushing it.
Okay, let's go. I can't. I won't.
Darkness falls.
Don't miss. Bingo.
One character left. 1 HP. 1 fucking HP. 1 chance to get it right. Tifa had 1 HP left. 1 whirlwind uppercut. Fucking ended it. One chance. Oh my god. Could it have been any closer? Like, it, mathematically speaking, it could not have been any closer than that. Oh my god. I skated by on the skin of my dick. It was, oh my god. I ain't, not even the skin of my teeth. I've got no teeth left. Oh man, he went right for Aerith as soon as I tried to cast Prey. I knew he would. As soon as I did that, I'm like, I should not have switched to Aerith because he's going to attack Aerith. And she only has 1 HP. This is not a good idea. But I had to switch to it. But we did it. 1 fucking hit point. 1 fucking 1. Aerith with the whirlwind uppercut. Boom! And a 2-punch. Boom! Knocked the fuck out of Sephiroth. Oh, and this game is done. This game is done. Fucking brutal. I didn't know he could do it multiple times. I didn't know he could do Sin Heartless Angel fucking multiple times. Dude, I don't think... Yo, did you see the way I was playing? Bro. Like, I don't think Sephiroth hit me once. But, like, without it being guarded. I had steadfast block. I had everything, man. I had everything going. But 2 tries. 2 tries to get the Arbiter of Fate and 2 tries to get Sephiroth. That was it. And 2 tries to get Hell House.
Does not yet exist.
Oh. We did it. Oh, we did. I'm sorry I was like so quiet. I was like concentrating. Like I went in with like no MP. All I had was like 1 region. I had like 1 region and Prey and like that was it. And because I just, I guess I just went ham with Aga spells on Bahamut, even though I didn't need to. I could have survived the Mega Flare. This isn't... Oh, man. Ooh, I'm fucking... Oh, I'm hyped. I did it. Oh, I did it. We did it, guys. Oh, we did it together. Oh, Pachi, thank you so much. I know you're not here, but Pachi, thank you so much for, like, pissing me off so much that I was like, I gotta get this. I'm gonna get this. I know this isn't the hardest platinum in the world. It's only a 5 out of 10, but goddamn, this is the hardest 5 out of 10 I ever did. I don't know who the... Like, they say Splatterhouse is a 7 out of 10, and this is a 5 out of 10. Hell no. Hell to the no. This is one of the harder ones I've done. I say at least 6 or 7. It was originally like a 6 or 7 out of 10 when this game first came out. But I guess over time, when more like exploits have been found and more like techniques have been found, But there's a lot of meat to this game and a lot of bosses to this game, and there's just like so many different ways like they use the combat system. You cannot say that they use the same fight twice. You cannot say that it's just 3 guys on one side and 2 guys on the other and you take turns attacking with the element they're weak to. No, it's not like that. There is so much variety in the way enemies are fought and the way battles go, and they basically take the bosses from the original as a springboard, and it's I like it. I do like it. I like the variety. I like the challenge. I like how every fight is different. I like how every fight has an ebb and flow to it. It's just, I am very stubborn, and sometimes I want to use a certain materia setup, and I wish there was a way to more easily set up materia. It's like so tedious, especially when you have so many materia slots. But
what will you
You can do almost every fight without materia. Maybe you need a handful of spells to make it easier, but oh man, oh that was so close. I was like no, no. I was like no, hell no. We're not doing this again. Fuck you, Final Fantasy VII Remake. Hell no, we're ending it on my terms. Damn. Now I'm talking over the entire ending, but whatever.
Mr. Vice
We'll
President.
watch the ending. I'll talk over the credits. If there's credits, I don't even remember.
Mr. President.
I'm fucking hyped, man. This is probably the most hyped I've been for a platinum trophy. This is definitely one of the harder ones, and I'm gonna sound like a loser for saying that, because everyone's like, "This is one of the harder ones." No, it's pretty easy. And then you know what they're gonna say? They're gonna say, "All you have to do is this," and it's like, yeah. Oh man, it's just after midnight, and I'm fucking hyped. I want that coat, man. That coat is badass. I would have rocked that coat in high school. I probably did rock a coat like that in high school. Sephiroth is a very well designed fight. It's like it's tailor made for Cloud. Like Cloud has a massive advantage in that fight over everybody else. And if you control anybody else, Sephiroth just fucking destroys them. So you pretty much constantly control Cloud and send out commands with the other party members. That's like not the only way to do it, but like the best way to do it. And if you poor bastard don't have counter stance, it's gonna be a little harder for you. But if you know how to use counter stance and you know how to like reduce your damage with steadfast block, you will be a winner indeed.
Was that all of them?
Oh my god. I have been playing nothing but Final Fantasy VII Remake for like the last 3 weeks. And it's I love the game, but damn, I'm ready for a breather. I'm ready for something more straightforward. I'm even ready to grind a bit, honestly.
You see that?
This is a phenomenal game, and it's not a half-assed remake. I'd put it up there with Resident Evil Remake. This game pissed me off at moments, but it pissed me off because I didn't understand it. It pissed me off because I was trying to fit a square peg in a round hole. It pissed me off because I wasn't adapting to what the game was throwing at me, and I was just assuming that, you know, on a long enough timeline, the same strategy would work every time, and that's not the case. Almost every fight requires a unique strategy and a unique loadout. Well, not unique, but like somewhat unique, which frustrates me to no end sometimes because the materia system I still think is very cumbersome, and I don't like the idea this is the only Final Fantasy out of all of them where you have to pick and choose which spells you have in battle before you go into battle. In every other Final Fantasy, either certain characters would have all the spells, or you could assign jobs to characters that would just have all these spells. You didn't have to assign individual spells to characters in every fight. The only thing that comes close to this is Final Fantasy X, in which case the spells are cumulative. Over time, you just get more and more and more and more and more of them. And it's a question of just trying different strategies in battle, not having to go into battle, figure out what you're doing isn't working, and restart the whole game, or restart the whole battle, and then try something else. The materia system is an amazing idea in concept, and it works extremely well in FF7 OG, because FF7 OG is very forgiving if you have, you know, maybe not ideal materia setups. But FF7 Remake hard mode, man, you better know what those materia setups are. You better know what your strategy is going in. You better know what spells you're going to need. You better know that you're going to need to cast fire on a machine in Arsenal. Luckily, the assess materia goes a long way in alleviating some of those problems. But I, probably like most Final Fantasy fans, think that scan materia and Libra is like optional. And no, it's not optional in this game. It is gonna tell you how to win. Oh man, I'm like knee-jerk reaction, like reviewing this game and talking about my feelings when I haven't really even referred to my notes yet. I'm just kind of like rambling at this point. This is just how I feel. These are like my thoughts right now.
Marlene. Honey.
Oh, I love Marlene. Oh.
Daddy?
Is she in Calm right now? No. No. She's still in Midgar.
Marlene! I'll come back.
So, what now?
Sephiroth. As long as he's still out there.
Bro, you died and Tifa won the day with 1 HP. I don't know about this. I don't know, man. I don't think it's a good idea. I think you should level up some more.
We will. Count me in.
If it's to be a hunt, you could use a nose like mine.
I love Nanaki.
I'm in too. Bastard wants to destroy the whole planet, doesn't he? An enemy of hers is an enemy of Avalanche.
Almost there, Cloud. We're almost there.
Imagine playing Final Fantasy VII in 1997
I miss it.
and being wowed by the 3D graphics and the full motion movies, and then living long enough to play something like this. The unknown journey will continue. Oh. I'm not sure when it's gonna pop. And here's what I hope I didn't do by accident. I hope I didn't play it on normal. I'm pretty sure I didn't. Because it is significantly easier on normal. Okay. I did make notes for myself. I'm going to refer to them as best as I can. So, I got this game around maybe a month after it came out. My first trophy is actually April 20th, 420, 2020, or 2020. At the time, if you don't remember what April 2020 was like, COVID, at least in America, was just running rampant. And it was so rampant that even in Texas, of all places, they were like, yeah, man, we're going to start closing some stuff down. It's getting ridiculous. So for about 2 or 3 months, I was quarantined. I still did my job, but I obviously had a lot of downtime because there's like nowhere to go, nothing to do. The gyms are closed, bars are closed, restaurants are closed. Nobody wants to meet anybody new. So I, like most people, were playing a lot of video games, a lot of Animal Crossing, Doom, Eternal, Final Fantasy VII Remake. I booted it up and I tried it out, and the battle system was just I don't know. It was wonky. It didn't feel right. The game felt right, and the production felt right, and the characters felt right, and everything else felt right. But the battle system was just so wonky, and I just like I couldn't really get into it. I think I played up until the fight against Reno in the Sector 7 church, and the game was just like kicking my ass because I didn't understand it. That's on me. But there was something else. I am a big fan of the original Final Fantasy VII, and I'm not saying that they should have never remade it. It was fine the way it was. No, the original Final Fantasy VII moves at a breakneck speed. There's always something going on and always something new. And the remake, if you've played the original, the remake seems super slow and super like slow paced and like long winded, and like things that were originally just 1 or 2 screens in FF7 become entire chapters in the remake. And it's like, I noticed it in chapter 6, which is where you have to turn off the lights to open the gate. That was originally like a maybe 5 to 10 minute screen, just 1, maybe 2 screens in the original, and it was like, yo, this is like so slow, you know? And then I was like, you know what? I haven't played the original in years. You know what? Let's try out the original. So I bought the original on PS4 for like $7, and about 3 weeks later, I had a platinum trophy for the original FF7, and I had an absolute joy playing it. There's just something so special and comforting and just wonderful about that game that I could play it forever. That was the first time I tried to play Remake. The second time I tried to play Remake was 2021 in March. And I got to chapter 13, I believe it is, after the Sector 7 plate falls. And for whatever reason, I just like wasn't feeling it, and I quit again. And this time, I knew that Crisis Core was coming out, and I wanted to beat it, you know? And I fell in love with it. Like, for whatever wasn't clicking for me in 2020, it was clicking now. And it was so much fun to be like, okay, how best to stagger this guy? Okay, this guy gets staggered by August spells. Okay, I'll use Aerith and I'll use Arcane Ward, and I'll cast 2 August spells, and then I'll run up with Tifa and use Focus Strike. And Focus Strike runs ATB almost right away. I'll use ATB Assist with her, and then once like he's staggered, my ATB will be full, and I'll just run wild. And I'll use Aerith with her full ATB to cast 4 Ga spells on this guy and just melt him. Like, it was so much fun to like think about those strategies and think about how it would all come together and how it would all work. And there was a lot of parts of the game where it was rough, it was tough if you didn't have a strategy going in, if you didn't know what the weaknesses were, and you maybe you stood in the wrong place, or maybe you didn't control your AI characters as well as like you could. It's a very unforgiving game on hard mode. On normal mode, it's fine. On normal mode, it's 100% fine. There's a lot of leeway giving for when you don't maybe know what the fight's going to be like. But to do hard mode, you have to have played the game before, so they assume you know how the strategies work. So they just punish, or they punish non-adherence to the boss fights more. Not adherence, but they punish you for a lack of knowledge of the boss fights more in hard mode than you do on normal mode. They're not going to take your shit. I really enjoyed this game. Especially now that I have the Platinum Trophy, I feel like I understand it to some degree. I understand it, but I feel like I don't know near what I should, having gotten to this point. Let me return to my notes. Survival mode. We beat Sephiroth with 1 character alive, and that 1 character had 1 hit point. It was Tifa, and Tifa won it with an uppercut. But a win's a win. A win's a win. It doesn't change what the platinum looks like. Hey, but we got it. It was only our second attempt. It was our second attempt with basically no MP, because I used too much MP on Bahamut. I wasn't thinking. I was like, wow, I have one fight and I can use all my MP. And then I got to Sephiroth, and I had 8 MP on Cloud, about 15 on Aerith, and 30 on Tifa. Luckily, Aerith had Prey, so I had a way to heal, but I needed full ATB to do that. But anyway, so let me try to return to my notes. I'm a huge fan of the original, and this remake is very faithful to it. What changes there are brief, they're tastefully done, and they serve a purpose. Probably the biggest change is what you're seeing right now. There is a chapter in which you go to Jessie's parents' homes, and Jessie has been expanded far more than the OG, where she's just someone that's there basically to die and give exposition. She has a personality now. She's very flirty. She's very likable, and because of that, she still kind of dies like in the original. Spoilers. But because you know who she is as a person, and you came to maybe care about her a little bit, it's more of a loss. Like, you understand Barrett's pain when he talks about losing her. Biggs and Wedge survive though. Wedge survives because he was out beyond the plate. Biggs kind of survives by, I guess, the hand of God, I guess. Rin Joker, everybody. You're about to see a platinum pop, Rin. Unless I did something really wrong and accidentally hit normal or something. We just beat the entire game on hard mode. Rin Joker, everybody. What? I love you, Rin. Certified speedrun? Oh. Oh man. We did it, Rin. We did. I had my doubts, honestly. Yo, the first or second time I did top secrets, I'm like, what is, oh my god, what's going on? What is going on? I was like, what is this? Is this like the rest of the game? That sounds like something Zagbu. That sounds like something Zagbu would name her stream. I want to say Zagbu had a stream one time that was called something like, I think it was Dead by Daylight, and it said something like, "Hey, don't hurt me, I'm gay," or something like that. It was all in caps or whatever. It's like, "Don't attack me, I'm gay," or something like that. Rin, what do you have to say about FF7 Remake? You should have seen. I'm recording this. I recorded the fight, and I recorded me losing my mind once I finally killed him. Move, I'm gay. Got it. Let's see what the notes say. The notes say the remake is very faithful to the original, and it is. Everything that's in the original Midgar section is in this game, and more than likely it's expanded upon. The only thing that's not, there's a few things that are there's no boss fight in the elevator this time. Instead, the boss fight takes place in the lobby after the armor machine basically shoots the elevator into the lobby, and it's definitely way more intense. Wall Market is expanded. As you're seeing right now on the screen, the cross-dressing event is also in the game, and it is tastefully done. I am surprised. I wonder how they're going to handle Sid. I have written, I love that they kept the materia system, but they modernized it. So what I mean by that is materia is not as overpowered as it was in the original. In the remake, you can get one magnify materia. Just one. Whereas in the original, after a certain point, I want to say after Mount Nabel, I want to say either Junon or Rocket Town. I forget exactly when, but you could just start buying all materia. But the all materia can only be used once or twice a fight, and it can't be... only the Mega All materia, which is way late in the game, can be used an infinite amount of times, and on everything in your inventory. So it's balanced because the one all materia in the game can be used as many times as you want, but you have to choose. Do you want your barrier and your shield spells to target everybody, or do you want your healing spells to target everybody, or maybe you want to use haste on everybody? Like, you know, what do you want? You have to make that choice. Like, what is worth the all materia slot, and do you even need all materia? Because it's taking up a slot that can be taken up by another materia. So there's a lot of strategy involved. This game is a lot harder than the OG. In the OG, you could basically grind and you could just like use attack, and you'd probably be all right. You didn't really have to engage the materia system that much. Certain materia would make things easier, like poison would make things easier on the Midgar Zolom, for example, or poison would make Rufus's dog a lot easier to deal with. Like things like that. But in the remake, materia is there's a lot more of a focus on materia. If even at max level, if you're attacking an enemy, you're barely doing any damage. Even your ATB moves, which is like, you know, they do a lot more damage, but you need to like build up to them. They kind of pale in comparison to a properly used spell against an enemy that's weak to it. Like, for example, you could use a basic thunder spell against a machine and do like thousands of damage. Whereas with that same machine, you're using basic attack and you're doing like less than 100 damage. So like the game is subtly nudging you in the direction of like, hey, you might want to learn what enemies are weak to what, and you might want to exploit that. Because otherwise you're just going to be here attacking them all day, and they're going to attack you, and they're a lot stronger than you are. So they modernized it. They gave it some strategy, but they still kept the materia system in, and for that, they should be applauded. I have written here the story is mostly intact with slight changes. It's there. It's all there. If you've played the original and you play this, it's basically just a more in-depth version of the original. With a bit more style, a bit more substance, and much better production value. Maybe not. I mean, for its time, it had amazing production value. Final Fantasy VII, but obviously, you know, that was what 25 years ago. Oh my god, 25. Jesus, how did I get so old? There are slight changes to the story, especially towards the end. I like it. I like it a lot. I kind of agree with the game devs on this one. Why make the same game twice? Why not make a new game? Why not make something new and fresh and interesting and fun? Why even make a game if you can't do something fun or interesting with it? So, is it gonna have? Okay, no, okay. For a second, I thought in the screenshots of like showing me like the game, it was gonna show like what weapons I had equipped at that point in the game. Sorry, I'm a bit distracted. I want to see where they're going with this. I'm a bit hesitant because this game kind of kicked my ass. Like, this game kicks my ass sometimes, and it's like it's never boring. It's never boring. It's never boring, especially on hard mode. Like, hard mode started out like easy, and then somewhere around chapter 10 or 11, I think it was a train graveyard, I started dying a lot. Like, a lot. Like, the ghoul, Ghost was kicking my ass. Eligor was kicking my ass. Surprisingly, Hell House only took me 2 tries. The final boss only took me 2 tries. Like, if you want to go by what I died to, the most intimidating enemy in the game, aside from top secrets, is the Shinra hovering enemies on the pillar when you're going up the pillar. Because they do like a third of your health and damage, and you fight like 3 of them at once. So if they manage to all hit you and you're not blocking, you're fucking dead. And they did 3 times. Yeah, the Shinra helicopter troops killed me more times than Sephiroth did. Sephiroth never killed me on normal mode. He killed me once on hard mode. Yeah. Yeah. I can't believe I just admitted to that. how did what kind of platinum is this? This is a platinum that makes you work for it. Hard mode definitely tests your knowledge of the game and how well you can kind of stack the deck in your favor. Let's say an enemy uses 2 types of spells, fire and ice, and you have 3 characters. Take your healer, put elemental defense on him, and now that healer, at least that healer won't die, and that healer can like heal other people who are taking damage from the elements. Like it rewards, nearly demands you do things like that. Like it's almost like the game devs are like, motherfucker, we gave you materia, you're gonna use it. Like, yeah, you're gonna have to use materia to like get through the game, you know? You can kind of get by with just like healing spells and maybe a few elemental spells here and there, and maybe a cover or a counter here or there in FF7 OG. But here, like, sure, there's people out there that can do it without materia, but like, you really need to like think about what you're doing and think about what you're doing with materia. And if you haven't figured it out, hardened veteran. Master of Fate. There it is. That's the platinum. I don't know why it's saying 1 HP for Cloud and Aerith. Maybe Tifa had regen on her or something. It should. Everyone should have like 1 HP. We're done. Like 90 hours. Like 90 hours. And that doesn't include the first 2 playthroughs that didn't even make it all the way through the game. So you would think, with my experience, I would be a lot better at this game. Well, you would think wrong. I suck at this game. I am fucking terrible at it, and I will admit it. I'm fucking terrible at this game. Probably because I didn't really understand what I was doing until, like... I still kind of don't understand what I'm doing. Thank you, Chalker. Thank you so much. It was you guys. It was you guys. Without you guys, I probably wouldn't have made it. I seriously considered like taking a break, quote unquote, and playing through Crisis Core, and I'm glad I didn't, because if I did, I wouldn't be able to enjoy myself, and this nagging feeling in the back of my neck would be like, you quit. You quit on a 5 out of 10 difficulty game according to PSN profiles, you know? Cashmere's. Oh, did you clip it? Let's see it. That's what I sound like, huh? I'm gonna put that in I'll put that in Kaz clips. I'm still recording this, but I can edit it at some point. Oh man, I don't know what else there is to say about it. If you haven't played it, you should give it a try. We got it. We did it. Platinum number 83. I gotta update all the stuff. Gotta say, the latest platinum is no longer Astro's Playroom, which took 1 day. It is Final Fantasy VII Remake. For those on YouTube that have no idea what I'm talking about, Rin Joker has a habit of replacing a lot of things with Rin. Like, he'll say, like, oh, how interesting. No, he'll be like, how Rinteresting. Or he'll say, how's it going, Cashmere Z? No, it'll be, how's it going, Cash Rin Z? And it's like, it's infectious is what it is. Because I did it. I was starting to do it in the Discord the other day. And now Kaz Platinum FF7 Remake like me 2 years ago. This is not easy, Rin. This is not easy. Maybe it's not my kind of game. Maybe I just need to maybe I need to like bone up on my third person action combat skills a little bit, like action RPGs, because apparently mine like are just fucking terrible. I was pretty good. I was pretty good at Kingdom Hearts, you know? Like I wasn't bad. It was a tough challenge, but a lot of fun. It was a tough challenge, but it felt so good. It's not like random. It's not random. Like it makes so much sense once you do it. But when you're just thrown in there and you don't know what works and what doesn't, it's like, what the fuck? Why am I just dying so much, you know? And it's like, there's a lot of trial and error. You might not get that many game overs, but it's definitely going to feel rough. You're just taking so much damage, but like, revive doesn't cost that much MP, and heal doesn't cost that much MP. Like, you just need to, and you can use the magnify materia or the all materia as many times as you want, as long as you have MP. Let me briefly talk about hard mode. So hard mode, everything does more damage and has more health, obviously. But something else is you can't use items at all. At all. No potions, no elixirs, no damaging items, no ethers, no nothing. No Phoenix Downs, nothing. And the benches you sit at to recover health and mana, they don't recover mana anymore. What does that mean? That means that you essentially, whatever your NP is at the start of a chapter, that's all the NP you're gonna get. That's it. You can kind of save scum a little bit by breaking Shinra boxes, saving and reloading and doing that. But then you get to chapter 17, and let's talk about chapter 17. Chapter 17, you fight 4 boss fights in a row. Fight 4 boss fights in a row. One of which is really weak to magic. The next 2 really aren't. The third one not requires, but like, no, it fucking does. It requires magic to beat him. Not much. It kind of works like Hell House, where using magic that is weak to just a little bit puts him in a pressured state and lowers his defenses. You can make it go faster with higher level magic, but you don't need higher level magic. But then, like, let's say you don't do well in the first 2 bosses, right? And you're healing a lot. Well, by the time you get to like the 4th boss, you don't have much mana left. And you're like, well, now what do I do? Don't worry, he'll have to do it again for the PS5 version. Survival mode, oh man. I think I'm gonna call it now. I don't know what I'm gonna edit. All right, Future Casimir Z, you can stop right now.